How's it going there, everybody? It's Mr. Zen over here bringing you guys a brand new Nanatsu no Taizai chapter discussion. And for today's segment, guys, we're going to be talking about is chapter 208 of Nanatsu no Taizai. And in this chapter, we're actually going to be noticing and actually witnessing as well Elizabeth versus Montspiet and Derriere. Now, I personally was entertained at the fact that Elizabeth can actually hold her ground throughout the whole entire fight within itself, as we actually see her actual resolution and her idealism just spread throughout the whole entire fight, that I actually thought was very hilarious and to some degree, because it felt like something off of Trigun. If you guys aren't familiar with that anime, where it was like the main character was going love and peace, love and peace, love and peace, but it was like a love and peace attack in an actual tangible form that I thought was pretty good. But like, I'm loving the way that Nakaba actually did that, because it actually emphasized this, you could say, Elizabeth's actual own constructive way of actually handling the situation too, and I'm loving that. I'm loving the way Elizabeth's actually going with that in itself, that I want to see more of Elizabeth fighting other enemies, because her actual attacks are more or less to say they're purging the enemy to cleanse them from their evilness, or you could say that the manifestation from the Endura forms that the demon clan actually manifested within their bodies. They were actually cleansed, and it makes sense why Derriere and Montspiet were actually holding, not necessarily Montspiet, but it made sense as to why Derriere actually has a grudge against Elizabeth back in the last arc that we're reading. It made so much sense, because Derriere herself feels like she actually is being, you could say, condescended by Elizabeth, because Elizabeth is way stronger than Derriere, and Derriere was actually saved, needless to say, from Elizabeth. And that's kind of like a shot in the gut right there for Derriere, as meaning to say that, I just wasn't strong enough to actually hold my idealism, that it basically meant to say Elizabeth was just stronger at the end of the day. And it's hilarious because, Derriere's idealisms were more or less to say, getting revenge. She was getting revenge, but she was more or less to say it was that revenge on pure hatred, and there was no sense of justice right there. It was just that vengeful and spiteful act of revenge, and there was nothing, you could say that justified that Derriere would actually go about with it, because they didn't really give the Ten Commandments and to say a lot of exposition behind their characters as to really why they're defending against the Goddess clan members. So as to why are the Demon clan members themselves actually the main villains against the Goddess clan? It kind of doesn't really make sense as to like why Derriere's idealism didn't really were stuck through and were actually more concrete than Elizabeth's. Than more to say she was actually she wants something more bigger than that. She wants something like world peace. She wants that peace, that everlasting love and peace that's almost impossible to reach, but she's actually making it tangible and trying to spread it out. And that's the thing I love about Elizabeth, that it's that she was actually able to do that. But now, moving on to the fact that we actually got to see Ludo Ciel in this chapter. Now, I personally was kind of shocked, folks, at the fact that Ludo Ciel, seeing that it seems that he's not getting the picture. Yes, he wants to defeat the Ten Commandments, but he's not getting the picture that Elizabeth is literally trying her best to actually emphasize that. And I love the fact that MacLeod himself actually stepped in the fight itself and said, Elizabeth, I'll take care of these guys. You do what you gotta do. I'm loving the way that MacLeod actually stepped in front of Ludo Ciel, as if to say that, Ludo Ciel is actually weaker than MacLeod in that current state that we're witnessing MacLeod in. That's what is kind of entertaining, because we don't know just how strong MacLeod is in this current arc. It just seems that he's like really, really strong. Like, needless to say, we don't know just how strong MacLeod is, but it's enough to say that, it would give us like, whoa, step back. This mofo over here knows what he's talking about, But needless to say, guys, like I said, I'm loving this chapter. Just loving the way that it was actually spread about. I'm loving the fact that I'm actually more or less to say, wondering as to what these Endura forms actually originate from, because we actually got to see Derriere and Monspiet's actually, these like their demonic forms are actually taking shape, and Monspiet's demonic form, you could say, or that beast from wherever it came from, was more or less to say it was like a spider. That's what it looked like. It looked like a hell spider. And the way that Derriere's like hellish demon that was coming from, it seemed like it was like a crab-like appendage, but her face was turning into like a rabid wolf, or like a four-legged creature, a hyena of some sort. Like it seemed kind of weird. Didn't really fit Derriere's personality. Like personally, she's not that catty, you could say. It's more as to say she knows what to do. But needless to say, I'm just worried about if we're ever going to be witnessing these demonic beasts that the demon clan members are originating their powers from. Maybe those are going to be the future enemies in the next arc themselves that we might get to see from the other 10 commandments. And it's also needless to say as to why the other 10 commandments themselves didn't really purge their 7 hearts, or 6 of their hearts, you could say, in the last previous arcs. If you could say Escanar or Merlin, if they were really that powerful, maybe the 10 commandments were really just cocky, that they let their guard down. Like I said, it's very interesting how these chapters are kind of going about. But like I said, love the chapter to the very end. But let me know down in the comments below, guys, as to what are you guys' thoughts on the chapter itself. What do you guys think of Elizabeth? Do you guys think that she was just very portrayed as a very powerful warrior? Do you guys think that it was just more like, you could say, Elizabeth just showing off that she's just, oh, okay, you know, this is just me trying to take control of the situation, but you know, you guys are the shonen battle type character tropes, and now I'm just here to bring about peace, you know. But like I said, I'm loving the way that she actually did it. Love the way that it was handled right there. But also let me know down in the comments below, guys, as to what are you guys' thoughts on Meliodas himself. Do you guys really think that he's actually going to start fighting Ludo CL? Do you guys think this betrayal is going to be going on about now in the next couple of chapters? Because it seems that Ludo CL just wants to put his foot down and say, you know, I want the extermination of these other clan members. I really want it to happen, and I want it now. That's what he's kind of trying to emphasize right now in the back of the 10 commandments. And like I said, also let me know down in the comments below. Last and final thing is, what do you guys think of the Endura Beast's actual forms that are original? What do you guys think of the other 10 commandments? But like I said, let me know down in the comments below, guys. And as always, guys, if you guys are having a wonderful day, I hope you guys are enjoying the best of it. And if you guys enjoy my content, don't forget to give a like, comment, share, and subscribe for more Nanatsu no Taizai chapter discussions. And as always, peace out, guys, and live long and prosper.